Welcome to the Healthy Happy Human Show. This is one of a kind.
Hello everyone, welcome to a very exciting episode of the Healthy Happy Human Show.
The Healthy Happy Human Show is here to help you attain physical, emotional, and mental well-being.
Hello everyone, welcome to a very exciting episode of the Healthy Happy Human Show. So today we have a very exciting guest with us and we have a very exciting topic about mental health. The topic we're going to focus on is anxiety. So I would like the guest to introduce herself. Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Tammy Campbell. I am the founder of a private coaching practice called Verbally Yours, where we deal with people one-on-one to help them work through clarity in education, career, and relationships, and our goal is to bring them to a place of clarity. And because of this, I call myself the Clarity Coach.
Okay, we have the Clarity Coach with us today. That's exciting. So Clarity Coach, what is anxiety?
Anxiety is actually a natural human response to fear or danger. So it's a natural thing that we experience, right? But we have to distinguish between normal levels of anxiety and anxiety disorder. So anxiety disorder is where you experience excessive levels of fear and worry of a particular situation, whether it's present or past, and is usually accompanied by physical symptoms such as sweating, trembling, increased heart rates, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so are there types of anxiety?
Absolutely.
Oh, can you tell us about these types of anxiety?
So we have generalized anxiety, we have panic, we have phobias, and we have social anxiety, right? So if I'm going into detail a little bit, generalized anxiety is characterized by excessive worry and fear and restlessness. That's usually a telltale sign of anxiety in general. And then for phobias, for example, a fear of heights, right? You can be in a confined space, but because you're aware of the fact that you're several meters off the ground, you experience, anxiety, and you feel like you're threatened and maybe your life is in danger, whereas you're actually safe, right? And then social anxiety is when you're in social situations and you feel overly conscious of who is watching you, or maybe their perception of you, or you feel like they're judging you, and so you're being conscious in that situation. So rather than being relaxed, you're anxious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you mentioned these phobias, I think I have a phobia. I have a phobia of like tiny holes in an object.
Oh, that's trypophobia.
Okay, I have trypophobia then. Okay, well, let's continue then. So are there things like risk factors, things that predispose someone to anxiety, causes of anxiety, and can you tell us about these things?
Absolutely. For the most part, it is usually a contributing factor that involves different things. So from biological factors to psychological to environmental, right? So for example, biological factors, we're talking about genetics. So anxiety is one of those disorders that can be passed on from one family member to the next. And then you also have things like your personality. Sometimes because you have maybe a personality trait like perfectionism or wanting to always be in control of things, you're more likely to be predisposed to anxiety, right? And there are other ones as well, like your brain chemistry. This is actually a very important one because there are these things called neurotransmitters in your brain that regulate your mood and your emotions. And so if there's an imbalance in those neurotransmitters, it can lead to someone presenting with symptoms of anxiety as well.
Okay. What about going through trauma? Let's say someone goes through trauma.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yes. That's actually one of the big ones that people experience actually. So life experiences in general, whether it's from your childhood experiences, maybe you came from a dysfunctional family, or other aspects of your life like your career, your work stress or education, or maybe you experience some kind of accident, maybe a car accident, that's also some form of trauma, or just things like that. They can sometimes natural disasters as well.
Yes. Okay.
Experience of that kind of thing can lead to someone presenting with symptoms of anxiety.
And can your environment add to that? Can
Absolutely.
It cause you to have anxiety?
It's stressful. Like the news. If you follow the news, Nigerian news, yeah, sometimes you read the news and you're scared, and you're more concerned about your future.
Because you can't control what is happening, right?
Exactly.
Yes, okay. Wow, imagine that and the perfectionism. That's anxiety pro max basically.
Yeah.
So okay, can you tell us about the symptoms of anxiety? How does someone know okay they are suffering from anxiety?
Yeah, thank you for that, because a lot of the time people are confused about what it is they're experiencing, especially if they're the only ones in the group, in their immediate circle, that are experiencing these things. They're just confused and lost. So this is a very important thing to touch on. So I mentioned earlier that one of the main characteristics is excessive fear, excessive worry. So that's usually a telltale sign. And then there's restlessness, as I also mentioned before, I think. And there are other ones that include, sometimes you can feel pain, you know, in your muscle tension, backache, neck ache sometimes. Some people have difficulty sleeping, or they don't have, like, maybe they try to sleep but it's not satisfying sleep because your mind is focused on something else. Your mind is just focused on the thing that you're worried about. Some people have difficulty concentrating on their day-to-day tasks, you know. So these are some simple day-to-day
of one having anxiety
symptoms that people can experience.
Okay, so is there a way to treat anxiety, or is one doomed to just suffer this anxiety?
No, there are treatments and also ways of managing anxiety. For the most part, it's really management, you know, and there are people that are trained to treat anxiety. So for example, we have like medications. So we have antidepressants, we have anti-anxiety medication. We also have things like lifestyle changes where, you know, maybe you adopt a new exercise in your regimen, or there's this thing I do with my clients. It's called square breathing, where you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, you exhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, and it's been found to help people relax their minds, right? And
is there anything therapy or something that has to do with the brain?
Yes, thank you. There's also something called the cognitive behavioral therapy, and that is what helps people to change negative thinking patterns that they experience, so that they experience less and less levels of worry and fear.
Can we try this square breathing that you talked about?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to try it with you. So how do we start?
All right. So you inhale for 4 seconds, right? So as you're taking in your breath, you count to 4. So 1, before you hold. I think you're holding now.
Okay, so let's start again then. Okay,
so inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do that a number of times.
Okay, so it like just helps calm you and just puts you in control. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us in this wonderful episode. Thank you everyone for watching us. We'd like you to follow and subscribe, and also click on the notification button so that you can always be updated on our videos. Follow us on all our social media handles on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you again for this exciting episode of the Healthy Happy Human Show.
Welcome to the Healthy Happy Human Show. This is one of a kind.
Hello everyone, welcome to a very exciting episode of the Healthy Happy Human Show.
The Healthy Happy Human Show is here to help you attain physical, emotional, and mental well-being.